Hardcore Iron Man quest series, where I read out every little bit of text that everyone skips. I'm a hardcore Iron Man right now, but I know I won't be like that forever, so we will just have to see what it is that makes me die and lose my hardcore Iron Man status. The goal of the series is to learn as much lore and game knowledge as we can as we go, so without further ado, let's get into episode 9. So the man thought it would be a good idea to go back to that castle where he fought that vampire and see if there's anything else to do there. Let's just see what's out here. Oh, Veronica. I don't know if we saw her last time. Can you please help me? I'm in a terrible spot of trouble. Aha, sounds like a quest. I'll help. Yes, I suppose it is a quest. My fiance Ernest and I came upon this house. Seeing as we were a little lost, Ernest decided to go in and ask for directions. Yeah, because that castle looks so inviting for someone to ask for directions in. That was about an hour ago. That house looks spooky. Can you go and see if you can find him for me? So you agree that it is spooky? Okay, I'll see what I can do. Thank you. I'm very grateful. Yeah, because you're not brave enough to go in and find your boyfriend? Alright, I'll go in and find your boyfriend. Spooky castle. See if we can find Ernest. Oh, there's a chicken. Professor Odenstein. Be careful in here. There's lots of dangerous equipment. I'm looking for a guy called Ernest. Ah, Ernest. Top-notch bloke. He's helping me with my experiments. So you know where he is then? He's that chicken over there. Ernest is a chicken? Are you sure? Oh, he isn't normally a chicken. Or at least he wasn't until he helped me test my polymorph machine. It was originally going to be called a transmutation machine, but after testing, polymorph seems more appropriate. I'm glad Veronica didn't actually get engaged to a chicken. Who's Veronica? Ernest's fiance. She probably doesn't want to marry a chicken. Oh, I don't know. She could have free eggs for breakfast. Oh god. Yeah, except Ernest is a man chicken. I think you better change him back. It's not so easy. My machine is broken and the house gremlins have run off with some vital bits. You don't say. Well, I can look for them. That would be a great help. They'll be somewhere in the manor house or its grounds. The gremlins never get further than the entrance gate. I'm missing the pressure gauge and a rubber tube. They've also taken my oil can, which I'm going to need to get this thing started again. And so the man went. We're gonna find these things for Professor Odenstein. Lots of ghosts in here. Huh. Fish food, I wonder what that's for. Mine. I wonder how we get in there. There's a skeleton in there. The rubber tube we need is right there. I guess he counts as a gremlin. Poison in the kitchen. That doesn't sound dangerous at all. A bookcase. Oh, bookcase opens. Alright, cool. Let's see what's down here. Oh, the oil can we need is way over there. Looks like a puzzle. This is gonna suck. Pull the lever. Pull the lever, 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 pull the lever. That wasn't hard. Oil can. That's one down. Alright, now we pull the lever. Easy. Alright, let's see if there's anything outside that we can get. It's a compost heap. Let's search this compost heap. A small key? You don't say. I wonder what that key goes to. The world may never know. Search fountain. There seems to be a pressure gauge in here. And a lot of piranhas. I can't get the gauge out. Well, it's a good thing we have poison and fish food to make poison fish food. The piranhas start eating the food and then die to the flow to the surface. There's a pressure gauge in here and a lot of dead fish. Well, that was easy. Pressure gauge. Alright, let's go back in the house. Maybe that key that we got opens that door with a skeleton. Hi, Veronica. Have you found my sweetheart yet? Yes, he's a chicken. I know he's not exactly brave, but I think you're being a bit harsh. No, he's been turned into an actual chicken by a mad scientist. Eek! My poor darling. Why must these things happen to us? Well, I'm doing my best to turn him back. Well, be quick. I'm sure being a chicken can't be good for him. You don't say. Alright, back in the castle. You unlock the door. Oh, skeleton's attacking me, but that's okay. It's only level 22. We got everything we need. Let's go back to the professor. Have you found anything yet? I have everything. Give them here then. Machine hums and shakes. Thank you, sir. It was dreadfully irritating being a chicken. How can I ever thank you? Well, a cash reward is always nice. Of course. And just like that, we finished Ernest the chicken. Wow, what a stupid little quest. That was fun. I wonder what else we can do around here. But now, wait a second. There's people. There's people in the castle now. All of a sudden, where did these people come from? Who are you? Hello, dearie. Don't worry, I'm friendly. You look very familiar, but I don't remember chatting to you before. Well, my sisters used to live here, but folk kept on killing them. A terrible affair it was. I knew that no one would want to kill a chatty old deer like me, though. Oh well. We still have a terrible problem with local louts, though. Poisoning my fish, spilling my compost all over the place, and causing a nuisance for the deer count. I'm sure a nice young sort like you wouldn't be any trouble, though. In any case, the professor will soon share the secret of chickenization with me. Not that I'd use it these days, of course. I have to go now. Interesting. Now who is this person? Ava. Hello there and welcome to my humble abode. It's sadly rather more humble than I'd like, to be honest. Although perhaps you can help with that. I would be happy to make your home a better place. Yay, I didn't even have to talk about the reward. You're more gullible than most adventurers, that's for sure. Well, gee, thanks. Don't worry though, I just need you to help fix this vile old bed for me. Then I'll find a suitable reward for you. Great! Will I be able to nap in it? Don't be silly. Everyone knows that true warriors don't ever sleep, or perform many other bodily functions for that matter. I'll come up with something though. Oh, is that why I never go to bed, or have to eat anything unless I'm dying? I'm not convinced by just a vague something. Can you be a slight bit more inspiring than your offer? What I need is simple. A couple of undead chickens. You should be able to pick some up from the farm near Porpoise Midas. I'll use one for my bed, then see what I can make from the other in the way of a reward. I have some ideas involving infinite feathers. Very well then, I shall wait my mystery prize with a bated breath. And the man's like, okay, I guess we'll get some undead chickens. So the undead chickens seem to be at a farm nearby here, she said. Oh, undead chicken. Alice. Hello, how can I help you? I'm here about a quest. I'm after your unhealthier poultry. Could you help me? You need those useless undead chickens? How odd you adventurers are. You need to talk to my husband, though. Not that I can these days. Why ever would this be? Can't you see he is dead? I can't talk to the dead. I was like, oh, it's a good thing we have a ghost speak amulet so we can talk to the dead. Your animals don't look too healthy. It's the fountain thingy in the temple to the east. It's turned them all into zombies. What use are zombie animals? None at all, mate. Except that those worshippers at the temple keep coming and killing them all for their bones. Don't ask me why. But you're a ghost. Surely you know something about it. I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm simple ghost with simple needs. All I know is, years ago that temple started glowing green, and a few months later, I woke up dead. That's all there is to it. I do miss the wife, though. Tell her I still loves her. Would I be able to buy some of your chickens? Talk to my wife and I'll think about it. And we just became a messenger. Hello, how can I help you? I have a message from your husband. He wants you to know that he still loves you despite his ghostly state. The curse of undeath was so cruel. All the men out here succumbed, but Lyra and I were left alive. Who's Lyra? Ever since that day, I've not been able to speak to him. Tell him I love him, but I can't find our savings. I know he had our collection of gold and prize cow rosettes just before the curse struck. I'll have a word with him then. Magic has its uses, I suppose. And the man went. Your wife says she needs the family cash and wants to know what you did with it. Tell her I spent it on cheap spirits. Ha ha ha. Your sense of humor died too, it seems. No, that's not true. I laughed at that. Ha! Just trying to lift your spirits. I rest my case. Suit yourself. Stick in the mud. Anyway, I'm not one of them yokels. Tell her I put the cash in the bank like she always told me to. A warning to you too. I know her and I'll haunt you till her hair turns white. Wait, till her hair turns white? Oh, till she gets older. Like, okay, not until my hair gets white from being scared all the time. Okay, I see. Hello, how can I help you? Your husband says he put the cash in the bank. I don't need his bank pass in that case. Can't you just take a ghost speak amulet? Then you could just talk to him directly. I tried that once, but all the other ghosts, and even the undead chickens and cows scared me so much. I wouldn't try it again for all the cash in the Varrock bank. Okay, I guess I'll do it for you then. You may not believe me, but she wants me to find your bank pass now. Maybe she said that, maybe she didn't. I think you're just after me savings. Tell her that no one but a fool gives away their pass numbers. Go tell her now. If you're not a double-dealing scammer, that is. Oh, that's fair. Hello, how can I help you? He says he won't trust me with the bank pass. What if I gave some sort of altered ghost speak amulet to him? Surely that would work. You're so clever. I've overheard passing adventurers say that there's some witch near who changes ghost speak amulets. I think she lives a bit west of that mad Professor Franken something, past the farming patch. I'll see if I can find her. Big nose, a monstrous hat, I assume. I wonder where the beautiful young witches hide. Mysterious indeed, but in this case she actually looks pretty normal. Oh, so the old crone from before. I know where she is. Nice to see you again, ma'am. I need your help again. I'm here about the farmers east of here. Alice and her husband are having trouble talking to one another and said you might be able to help. Oh, I know them. Shame about those cows. Why would they think that I could help? Alice seems to think you could alter a ghost speak amulet in order to allow them to communicate. In addition, when I was attempting to thwart Necrovarus, you created a new type of amulet for me. I thought perhaps you might also do so on this occasion. Well, the poor young lady has such family problems. I quite feel their pain. I'd be happy to help. You seem to have one of her golden hairs on your shoulder, so I can use that. In a flash, the crone whisks away an unseen hair from your shoulder. I was not making out with her, I promise. Talk to me again with a ghost speak amulet and some space in your backpack, and I'll be ready to work on this little good deed. The way I plan is quite simple, really. I can mirror part of the unused mystical essence of the ghost speak amulet, bind it with Alice's hair, and thus create a second amulet. The second amulet will be useful for the purpose you desire, though it won't work for any other ghost or human other than the farmer and his wife. I'm like, oh, that's simple. since I'm already wearing it. I'm here to see if you're ready to do your mystical stuff with the ghost fake amulet. I most certainly am. Here you go. Wow, that was quick and painless. Just being a good neighbor. Alright, let's go back. Probably give it to Alice's husband. I talked to your wife and I thought if you had a special amulet you could speak to her and sort out the bank situation without me being involved. Ah, that makes far more sense than I was expecting from a musclehead like you. My wife's a clever one. Well, oh, never mind. I'm desperate enough for those chickens to let that pass. Give me that amulet then, and we'll be seeing about your unnatural desire for chickens. Okay, you need it more than I do, I suppose. Ta mate. Lucky we had such a brilliant idea. Ah, many thanks. Now, what was it you were wanting again? I need a couple of your chickens. Chickens is tricksy, especially dead ones. I'll have to catch them for you. They look pretty pathetic. How hard can it be? Stand back while I catches them, you city sucker. Oh, cutscene. Here, Chucky. It's like real life. Get here, you pesky bird. Where'd you go? Right here behind the bench. Oh, who's this? Get off my land! You heard my husband, leave now. Always the same. I can never get these animals to myself. You killed Bessie! Buying cow hides and feathers. Ah, that chicken is next. Feathers for me! Woo woo! Woo woo woo! Well, that's one way to catch a chicken, I suppose. I wish I had that guy's armor. Hello, how can I help you? I'm selling if you have ecto tokens. Can I buy those chickens now? I can hand over a chicken if you give me 10 of them ecto tokens thingies for a bird. Can I buy 2 chickens? Great! I'm laying away me tokens for some killer cows. That'll earn them bone rustlers. Alright, we got 2 chickens. That was stupid. Time to go back to Drainer Manor. I have returned! Oh, hey, Veronica. Thank you for rescuing Ernest. Where is he now? Oh, he went off to talk to some green warty guy. I'm sure he'll be back soon. Talk to another guy, huh? Alright. And she's still here waiting for him. For some reason. I have returned! Ow! I'll get you soon. Alright, I got you 2 undead chickens. My spiritometric devices show that you have been in close contact with ghostly animals. Are we closer to success? Here they are. Amazing. Success. I can look forward to some good night's sleep after all. Good thing your whatever your manic thing showed that I was near animals and not the actual animals that I had. Can I ask exactly how an undead chicken will help you sleep? Well, I need the feathers to make my bed more comfortable. A comfortable bed will help me sleep. Obvious, really. Obvious, yes, but why on Gilliner would you need an undead chicken when there are perfectly good live chickens just down the road? Well, for start, undead feathers are much cleaner than living ones, so no dust mites or anything. Secondly, I always think of Ernest when I see a chicken, so my nerves can't take killing them. Then why do I need a chicken for my reward? We already established that I don't use a bed. Seeing as all your ranger types use so many feathers in your arrows, I was thinking I could harness an undead chicken to make an unending supply of arrow flights for you. Beach chicken slaying or hanging around in fishing shops, I suppose. So what's next? We'll need a magnet next, one with purely natural fields and made from a carefully selected iron bar. A firm impact when the iron is parallel to Gillinor's field will stabilize this field in the rod. Go and talk to the witch next door. So the man went to talk to the witch next door. Hello, my puppet. What brings you to my little room? Ava told me to ask you about making magnets. Something about natural fields and other stuff. Sounded like she needed a farmer, to be honest. Don't worry, dearie. I can tell you just what to do, and you won't have to worry your pretty head about the complicated bits. No need to patronize me quite so much, you know. I went to anger manager's classes, my lambkin. That's why I was treating you so kindly. It's either this way of talking or I'll go back to shoving children into ovens. Just bring me 5 iron bars, though, and you're well on the way to never having to talk to me again. I'll be back. Great. You'll go far. I made some nice painted metal toys for you. Snookums? Toys? Snookums? What are you on about, you deranged old bat? Oh, forget it then. If you won't react to kindness, I'm going back to luring infants into my oven. You'll have it on your conscience. Go to the iron mine just northeast of Remington and hit the bar with a plain old smithing hammer while facing north. Then take your new magnet to Ava. Poor girl having to deal with whippersnappers like you. Well, that was easy enough. Gotta go to Remington. Alright, she said go in the center of the mine and face north. Then use a hammer. And we have a bar magnet. Awesome. Time to go back. We have returned again. Ow! We got your magnet. I've manufactured the magnet. Here it is. Great stuff. With the witch's influence within the magnet, the undead chicken can use this, I'm sure. The plan is that the chicken will operate the magnet to attract bits of iron and steel, maybe even your own recently fired arrows. There are plenty of totally lost arrowheads lying about in the fields of Gulinor, I bet. In addition, arrows you fire should be able to be attracted back to your quiver by the cunning avian. I begin to understand your plan. We've covered feathers and arrowheads, now what's next? We need a source of wood, but one which is spiritually active and can regenerate itself. That will save you some axe work in the future. Try using a woodcutting axe on the pesky trees in the garden here, the ones that attack rather than really dead ones. They are probably just the sort of thing we could use. They will try to kill me though, and I can't fight back. Now you know how those poor guards feel when you hide behind mushrooms and fences and attack them from afar. Anyway, I reckon you'll need to try a mithril or better axe on those trees. At least the trees are pretty close. You mean we get to attack those trees now? Let's go get it. You're gonna die, tree. Bounces all the wood. You should report this to Ava. Okay. Ava, it didn't work. Our plan failed. Well, I tried to hack the trees with my axe, but it just bounced off the trunk. It did seem all too convenient to work on the first try. Fortunately for you, I've done some research and it seems to suggest that there are two choices open to you. Tell me the worst. The first is more interesting. We cut off your arms and have them reanimated as undead, reattach them, and then you should be able to cut the trees normally. Of course, you won't be able to pick your nose anymore, so I suppose you want to try the second option. I'm not exactly addicted to picking my nose, but I do think I'll pass on that method. Well, in that case, I think it may have something to do with the Slayer abilities. After all, I did see Toriel poking around the trees while I was moving in. As he's not known for his random touristic activities, you should try chatting with this Toriel. He's the Slayer Master near Berthorpe. Oh dear, I hope he doesn't want me to buy one of his ridiculous fashion accessories. Those earmuffs he sells make heroic adventurers into a laughingstock. Well, they do kind of look stupid. Alright, let's go to Toriel. What's going on? You have a visitor. Hello, and what are you after then? I'm here about a quest. Ava said she saw you hanging around the moving trees near Draina Manor. Ah, you came to the right man. Odd things, those trees. What is it you are needing exactly? I think I need some of the wood from them, but my axe just bounced off the trunk. Sounds like you need a blessed axe. No one really makes them though these days. Blessed axes are too soft to cut normal wood, since the axe's edge must be replaced by holy silver. I could do you a favor though. If you can give me a mithril axe and a holy symbol of Saradomin, I can let you have my axe. I'll make myself a new one when no one is pestering me for slayer tasks. Okay, so I'll see whether I can spare an axe and a symbol, thanks. I can make an axe for you now if you wish. Remember, it will be no use for normal woodcutting after I've added the silver edge. I'd love one, thanks. Here's a new axe. May it serve you well. Time to go back. Alright, undead tree, I'm gonna get you. Chop, we got some undead twigs. I hope this is the last thing we need to get. I have the undead wood at last. Well, twigs anyway. You certainly took your time. Well, I don't see you doing anything. I'd say they didn't grow on trees, but I guess you'd just be sarcastic about my sense of humor. Quite. Now that we have all the ingredients for infinite arrows, we just need a container in which we can keep the components in the correct mutual alignment. I've gathered together some research notes from various sources, but I can't quite make out what they mean. If you want to have a go at making them out, just ask me for a copy. I'd like to look at those research notes now unless you have translated them without me. They're still stumping me. Here are the notes. I really hope your head doesn't explode from reading them. I'll find it slightly inconvenient, I'm sure. It wouldn't be all bad, as your body would be useful for research after death. What I'd be upset about is if bits of you landed in my nice new bed. Your concern is touching. Alright, let's see. That makes sense now. I've translated these notes. See? I'm not just a thuggish moron like you seem to think. For all I know, it was pure luck, so don't jump to any conclusions about your mighty intellect. Let's get back to the work we're doing then. Remember, this is all a favor to you. I could have just decided to fob you off with a feather duster. I've given you a pattern for the container. You'll need to combine them with some polished buttons and hard leather. Then we're almost done. Good news, eh? If you're having trouble finding buttons, I've heard rumors that the Ham Society carry this sort of stuff more than most. Really? How would you know this strange detail? I hear they lose their clothes a lot to thieves, so they have to make do with shoddy goods. Whatever the reason, they seem to carry buttons about in their pockets. I'm like, alright, cool, we have a pattern, and now we have a container. Wow, great. Now the arrow manufacturer is ready for use. There you are. Talk to me if you need more information later. And we finish Animal Magnetism. And we got level 20 Slayer. Just like that. That's awesome.